All right. So we are going to do. We gotta do our shot. We do a shot. Yep. All right. Here's my shot glass. I'm gonna get your shot glass. You can't go away from the shot.
I'm not getting ready for the shot. Let's do it.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just, you know.
Ghost don't walk away from the shot. I don't walk away from the shot. I don't think he drinks. I know my man Kane don't walk away from a shot. Tommy he don't walk away from crack. So I mean, I'm just saying.
Right. It's a big rich time, everybody. Cheers.
Same strip, different time.
Occupational options, get some blow with some hoes.
We all need some sour patch.
This my Regal Royal flow. My James Bond lounge. That 007, that 62 on my clout.
Alright.
That ain't it right with me.
That was a little bit different last time.
No, because I had the shot in my mouth and I got it was a sour what? Mint shot?
The sour Smirnoff.
Sour Smirnoff. So I tried to put the sour patch in my mouth with the shot. Oh, with it.
Oh, man.
I didn't like it.
Hello, people. Hello. We're going to do a power recap. We're going to basically talk about the final season. Or not the final season, season 4, and we'll probably talk about mainly the last episode. But we're going to talk about some of the things that probably led up to this episode. But we're going to basically just talk about the season 4 of Power. That we all agree was a pretty good season. With him, basically getting locked up, dealing with the jail stuff. Tommy figuring out his father. Tariq going through his transition, like wanting to be a thug boy to the unfortunate death of his sister, to the mother, Tasha finding new love, at this time, and corruption of Lorenzo Tate. We got a lot to talk about. So, I can break down, I guess, if you guys want to talk about, just start with this last episode and then talk about that, and then we can talk about stuff as we go through it.
Let's talk about each character. And the only reason why I say that is because I want to talk about Tommy. Now, I know I've texted you guys and I've said it in GroupMe. I like Tommy, but I don't like Tommy.
I feel the same way.
He irks my nerves. He's so... But let me back up and let me stop. Because... And I was honestly driving and thinking on this the other day. Yeah, I think about things like this. So...
You talking about Tommy?
No, well, I think about, movies, TV shows, stuff that I like and stuff that I'm following.
He is a part of the black community.
It's true. But, Tommy and Ghost, they not necessarily contradict themselves. They are yin and yang. That's exactly what they are. And if you could put them in one person, it's just like if I'm one person, I have Ghost on one shoulder and I have Tommy on the other shoulder. And I feel like they work well together. They balance each other out. I don't like how Ghost, granted, I'm about that wretched life, so I'm not, but I like to watch it on TV and pretend like I am. I don't want Ghost to go straight. And I feel like the show universe is telling him that he can't go straight. Because even though he's trying to go straight, I understand that life is still continuously pulling him in. But I like how, to me, Tony would, sorry.
Confused Tommy a lot.
Sorry. Tommy would never be a Ghost to me, and he would never be successful. I feel like with Ghost as the head of that,
the conglomerate, the drug cartel. It's drugs.
Thank you. God knows none of those words popped in my head. This is bottom. I feel like with Tommy as the head of it, it's definitely going to fall. And I feel like at the end of the season, it was kind of coming to that, especially with Dre. Dre, not manipulating, but honestly seeing Tommy for actually what he is and actually playing him. So I just feel like with Tommy, I like him, but You know, I feel like he's a number 2, not a number 1. There we go.
I don't like him for different reasons because he's such a hothead.
And
I never know what to expect with him with what he does. I mean, one minute he's having sex with Keisha,
like,
another minute
that.
No. I mean, he's just all over the place with me. So, I mean, because sometimes I like him, but then he'll do something. I'm like, what are you doing? When he killed that guy in Proctor's apartment, I'm just like, what are you doing when he killed the witness?
Tommy,
the person who was a federal.
Tommy doesn't really think before he does stuff.
Yeah.
But again, that's why he's second in command. He's not ready to run, and it's showed into this episode.
No.
He needs he needs guidance over him, and maybe he'll get it with his father's new family. He'll have that backing, and they can help him.
Oh, you're right.
I think Tommy can be a boss figure if he stays off the drugs and gets the backing of people that
because he's done a lot of drugs this season. I mean, he came up in there.
But I think in the beginning he did a lot.
I'm sorry.
I think he did a lot in the beginning of this season when he was running things without Ghost. He was handling it. He even had the Chicago Connect ready to make him move to do some things in LA.
That's true.
And I think that was based on how they saw him handle things.
Right.
So, but it's just once he started smoking and taking the crack again, snorting cocaine or whatever.
They even said to him, "We should have killed him."
That's when he started acting erratic and crazy.
Okay.
So is it recreational or is it?
Well, he did it because he was so messed up because of his mom and father situation. That was like an escape for him between the Holly thing.
So when he gets to a stressful point,
he needs to escape. But it's hard to get off. It's not something you can just get on and get off. It's hard.
Right.
Like he got off after the Holly death. But then he got back on just recently this season because he was so stressed out about the mom and his father thing and the Holly stuff all mixed up.
That's a good point because they did bring that up with his mom. Like I never seen him go that hard with his mom.
He handled. I feel like he still handled things good in the beginning, first 3-4 episodes when Ghost was locked up. He and even last season, season 3, when Ghost, wasn't there, he took over and he did it. He ran the place. He put the people in the spots. He had all these connections by himself, and he was running. So if it wasn't for Dre, a lot of this stuff wouldn't happen either.
No, well, you know what?
Dre
I guess you gotta. You're right about that, and I guess you got in this situation in this world. It sounds bad, but you have to live by and learn by trial and error. I feel like with the whole situation with Dre, when Dre killed Julio, let me back up. I actually liked and really loved Dre until he
I did that too. I did like him.
All you ladies like.
I did like him.
I know. I
get it. I hear what you're saying because I'm a lady and I like him, but honestly,
I liked him because of the love of his daughter.
Well,
the love of his daughter.
The
love of his daughter and the love of the streets, the love for the knowledge. I liked him for
that. I'm not saying just for the look. I'm saying y'all liked him as a person.
Yeah, I liked him as a person.
He was a good. Y'all thought he was a street dude, but he was a good dude.
That's what I thought.
He ran the code.
He was a good combination between Ghost and Tom.
Yes.
That's what I
figured. And I liked him too because I'm like I'm like, you have Truth. You're second in command of Truth.
Yep.
When Ghost is locked up, you are now running Truth. You are.
You're the second command of the drug cartel.
Even if you're not second, you're still right there with the drug connect, and you have Truth. You have a freaking club, and you're probably let's say 24 on the TV show. He might be old in real life, but let's say for the show, he's still young.
Yeah.
So you're 25-year-old black man that that's part owner or has stake in a club that you're running, and you got the ear of the white lady.
Yeah, because she likes you.
That likes you.
But I hear what you're saying. But outside looking at him, he's a hood nigga. He's a hood
nigga. I know. I'm just gonna say.
He doesn't see things as we see them as.
He does. He wants it all. He wants more.
I didn't know that until this last season.
Everything that Ghost has, he wants, but he can't. But he's not ready to give up that street part of it yet. Like Ghost.
So that's why he's going to do both.
Ghost is ready. Ghost is ready to give it up. He wants to give it up, but it's like you said. It's hard for him to give it up because he's got so much stuff.
No matter what,
he got so many strings out there. He pulls one string out, another string tied. He gets tied by a different.
He does.
But he wants out.
Candy for that.
But
Dre.
No, we're talking about Ghost.
No, we're talking about Ghost. Ghost is trying to get out.
He's trying to pull. He wants to pull all his strings back and think he can pull. Dre doesn't want to pull them back. But Dre don't want to cut his off. Dre wants to add. Dre's 25, young. He got all this power now.
He's greedy.
He wants it all. And at first, I'm going to say that he definitely respects Ghost. He was down with Ghost. He'll do whatever Ghost asked him to do. Once Ghost got locked up and he had to work with Tommy, that's when mentally he started to be like, I don't want to work with Tommy. He already don't like Tommy.
So you probably saw how much a hothead Tommy was.
Already.
And then again,
he don't like Tommy. Don't like him either. Remember, Tommy didn't like him from the first at the end of the first season. And he had the gun on him.
I didn't remember that.
He didn't want to deal with him.
Dre put a gun to Tommy's head.
I didn't remember that.
The first season.
I didn't remember that.
After they killed Kanan.
Tommy was
Ghost said he was out
with Kanan.
Yeah.
Right.
And
he switched up on Kanan to join Ghost.
Right.
And then Ghost was like,
he probably thought he thought that Kanan was dead.
Yeah, he of course he did.
Running with Ghost.
Ghost said,
then when Kanan popped up and was with and had his daughter, he was like, oh, I'm scared. Okay, what do you need? What do you need?
Ghost told Dre that I can get you out of this game and get you in something better if you stay with me.
Yeah.
So he said. At that time,
Dre did not want that.
But I think he did it only because of the Kanan situation, like you said, because of his daughter and all that. He did it because he was like, I'm safer with Ghost. I can protect my daughter. I'm legitimate. No cops gonna come at me. And then, like I said, he put a gun on Tommy's head in that last episode.
I'm about to watch that.
Tommy ain't forget that.
I forgot.
And they had to work together because of Ghost. But there's still animosity between the two of them. They don't like each other.
It would have been nice if they flashed back to that scene in one of these later episodes.
Yeah, that would have been nice. But now you get to season 4 and Ghost is completely, well, for the most part, completely out of the game because he's locked up. And now Tommy's running it, and then you got to work underneath the guy you don't like.
Right.
You like, I don't want to deal with. I want this power. I want to do what.
No, I totally agree with you on
Right.
that. I feel like. So back what I was saying about how Dre came in and he killed Julio. That scene when they were in that warehouse and Tommy is like, I keep saying Tommy, and Tommy was like, oh my gosh, Dre, what happened? What happened? What was going on? And I feel like at that point, Tommy should have stood back and looked at him and been like, yo, you have no remorse. You sitting here, he sitting here asking me,
can I be the distro?
Right, exactly. And but
he did give him a look. It's kind of quick for that. But he was like, but Dre was quick. I give it to you, but he still was right. This drug game ain't gonna stop because Julio's dead. You got this thing going on with the Mendez, and you got this Chicago guy. This got to happen. What are you gonna do?
That's a good
Tommy, and it will show you weak if you don't have it.
Exactly. Ghost would have been like, you got it. Period. And then deal with the mourning of whatever his feelings for Tommy. Yeah. Tommy is emotional, more emotional than Ghost is. So Tommy would have been like, that's why Tommy felt the way he felt. Ghost would have understood right away, you right, business. We got to take care of business. He probably would have back in his mind been like, it's fucked up what you just did. But
he probably would have parked that and been like, all right,
I get it. But I get it. I need a distro. And that's how Dre's art, even though a lot of people don't like him, I do like the character. I just like how his evolution. He come from, just a little street on the hood with Kanan.
Yeah.
Now he's running the club by himself. Ghost ain't helping him.
Even at one point,
he's doing the club thing by himself.
Work with Tariq. Show him around.
Yeah,
he trusted him with his son.
He's running a nightclub by himself. He's telling people what to do. And then you got Tommy dealing with that. So he's like, I got to get rid of Julio because if I can become second, eventually I get rid of the king. Right now, Tommy's the king. Yeah. No one thinks Ghost is the king because Ghost is in jail. Ghost is supposed to be out of it. So he's like, I got to get rid of Julio. I'm not saying it was definitely a dick move to do.
Yeah, I'll explain later.
But he got rid of Julio, and then he was like, and then Tommy messed his own stuff up because Dre could tell he's on the crack. Because he even looked at him, he's like,
everybody can tell that
But that hurt. That just messed Tommy up even more. Because Tommy couldn't catch on to the stuff that Dre was doing even faster because he was not mentally dead.
Let me ask this. I know you said that Tommy was taking the drugs because everything got a little tough for him.
Yeah.
He started taking
like
drugs.
A drug addict, like he constantly uses.
I don't think he constantly
He doesn't
uses.
constantly use.
He just
So
started
maybe
taking
because
drugs.
everything that was falling on his shoulders,
Yes.
so much pressure.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he didn't start taking the drugs. He got back from Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And see, when he got back from Chicago, everything was
He almost
good.
died.
Everything
He
was
thought he was going to get killed in
But
Chicago.
he left Chicago as the man. He
Mhm.
now is in charge of New York. They gave him. He's about to be in charge of L.A. These guys, these crazy ass drug dealers, wanted Tommy to run all this.
Mm-hmm.
So, but this fool made a detour to go kill Holly's abusive uncle. I get it. It's a crazy ass uncle. He
Yeah.
deserves to die. But that still messed him up. He went to do that. And that's when. And then
But he felt like he needed to do that because he almost came to death.
yes. So
It was
he
like-
he was like, I gotta do it.
I
And
got
then
a
when
second chance.
and then soon
Let me
he,
kill the
and
guy.
then soon he gets back.
Let me get this over with.
And then soon he gets back to New York, he gets the. Then that's when Ghost tells him to call Coletti and jail, and then Coletti tells him, go, I'm your father, and then all that stuff happens. So it was just a lot of shit happening at one time. It just felt right. It just happened at the wrong time.
Right.
And Dre was right there, just like, you're weak,
To watch that.
and you're weak. I got it.
Yeah.
Like everybody respects you, and
And
you
then
got
he
time.
was able to convince the rest of the crew.
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. They see it too, though. If they see Tommy acting,
But they
acting,
know Tommy is like that.
Yeah.
No, not everybody. Cause
Well,
okay.
Everybody knows Tommy has those tendencies.
They know he got hit. They never got the drug. They knew he's a hothead too. So Dre is coming back with them. Look, I can do this, and I'm calm and collect. And then the way he came at the Mendez people, he was like, "Look, I want to be the biggest drug dealer in New York."
Yeah,
I'm looking at
that's
him.
what he
I was
said.
looking at him like, "What?" But he said it, and they was like, "All right."
That's what he wants to do. Yeah.
But
But he didn't shy away from it.
But my thing is,
Don't
Dre is so
worry about
big headed that he forgot. To me, it's like he forgot that Tommy's still alive.
Yeah.
So my thing is, you gotta get. He tried to get rid of Kanan.
So that's what he's trying to do. He was just trying to get rid of Tommy, not take him out.
Yeah, but I think
but
you gotta
just to take him out.
if you're going to
As
be in
far
that
as
game.
and he's not dependable.
And that's why I think
Come
he's
with
messing
me.
up.
He's not dependable.
That's why I think he messed up.
So, but it's not like you want to kill Tommy though. You just want
I feel
him
like-
out the game.
I feel like you gotta get rid of Tommy.
But you're right.
He's too much of a
I think
hothead.
you're
Why
both
would you
right.
leave him alive?
No, I feel that you're both right. He probably don't want to do it, but he knows.
He know he can't kill Tommy
You gotta make it accident.
because he will die.
You gotta make it an accident then something. But
That's what he tried to do with 50 Cent.
I know, but he messed up with that
And
too.
that
You
worked.
said two dummies.
Horrible.
Go ahead and
No, you know what? In that case, you know what? I'm gonna back up on that. I was agreeing with Teresa when she was like, he know he can't kill Tommy, but I feel like Kanan is more harder than Tommy, or they may be on the same level.
Yeah, but
the fact that you went after Tommy.
Yes, I think you.
I mean, it went after Kanan and
Yeah,
not after
I
Tommy.
think, and I think you could, if he was smart, you could kill Tommy in a way that won't look like God. You could easily slit his brakes on his. It's way
Boom,
you
boom,
can blow it.
everybody going down.
If Tommy goes boom boom,
You can
Everybody
sit.
going down.
Shit, the Jamaicans was about to kill Ghost. Find some
Yeah.
Jamaicans. No offense to you Jamaican people listening. Find some Jamaicans, and they would find some assassins. That's what, so. There's ways it could have happened. I just feel like if you want to be king of New York, and all these other movies and documentaries we watch, they take out the top people. You don't just take Tommy's spot, and then Tommy's still alive. Like he's gonna sit there and be like, "Oh, Dre,
right? Like what's he gonna do next? Right?
Tommy, what do you think was gonna happen?"
That's all he has.
My point is, this fool is coming out of a hotel with all your people and the Mendez people, and you not thinking that Tommy is not going to find out about this? The back of your mind, I'm thinking Tommy is going to find out. Ghost is
Well,
going
he
to
knows
find
at
out.
that point. At that point, when he came out of the hotel, he knew that Tommy knew.
Well,
That's why he killed the priest.
So my thing is, yes, you got the Mendez people got your back.
I
But
don't think they got your back.
no, but that's what I'm saying. They got your back on the drug part. They're not going to watch your back. You ain't getting.
Yeah,
well,
that's
maybe
different.
he could probably ask for bodyguards, but at the same time,
That's
I
You
would.
ask for bodyguard.
I would.
You ask for
I
bodyguard.
would.
You don't deserve to run this drug thing.
Shit, I would.
You don't deserve.
I would. I'm be right at that little lady. Like, look, give me like 6 of you guys just to help me take out this one white boy real quick.
I don't know.
Just let me. Just help me. Look, help me take out the white boy. And I'm pretty sure they probably would have been like, right.
It seemed like a lot of people were coming for Dre though on the last episode because even the detective Ray, he was coming at Dre because he wanted money, and I think that's kind of why he was so okay with telling Tariq the address.
We're not done.
Taking him.
We're not done with Dre.
Dre. Yeah.
No, I feel like Dre made a lot of dumb moves.
No, but I think he wanted Tariq to kill Ray.
He probably no.
Because Ray was telling him, "You didn't give me my money."
Wait a minute, this is a clean kid, and this is a crooked cop. You think this clean kid is actually gonna kill this crooked cop?
I don't know because
think about it.
If Dre's, as Dre and Tariq is coming at me saying, "Tell me where this dude is gonna be." Because he killed my sister. I'm like, okay, I'll tell you where he's going to be. He's coming at me anyway, trying to get money.
No, I get that,
so
but
he can't.
I don't think that he thinks that Tariq is actually going to kill Ray.
We'll come back to Tariq. Let's talk about Tariq next. But back to Dre, just to end with what y'all just talking about with Dre.
Okay.
I do believe that if you watch that, if everybody listening, if you watch that last scene with Dre and Tariq, Dre was very concerned about Tariq in the beginning of the scene when he came in there.
Yeah.
And he first put the gun to him. And he kept telling him he was
lying.
He was lying to him like, I don't know. And he was like, everybody lies to me, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And he was like, you and that lean again. Like, he was concerned up to the point that he said, I'm going to snitch. And I'm going to tell my uncle and my father or what everything. Once he did that, if you watch it again and you see the look that Dre gave him when he told him where the guy was going to be at, Dre had to look like, do it, or whatever.
Because you know what? Because even Dre said Ray Ray's not somebody to mess with.
Exactly. And
I guess he thought, he's going to take Tariq out.
Either or. That's how I looked at it. One of the two.
That's good because one of his problems would be
one of the two is going to be solved.
Yes. Okay.
If Tariq is taken out, the snitch is gone. I'll deal with him. Or, the cops will come here. I'll deal with him later. Or if he takes out Ray, great.
Right.
And then you might not have to deal with Tariq, but you might have to. So I looked at it. Okay. I looked at it as once he said you got to look at it from the point of Dre is finally got the power that he wanted. He's finally the quote unquote king of New York.
Power.
And you got a little boy that can destroy that. Because at that moment he did not know that Tommy and them knew about it. Right. Because he didn't take out the pastor dude yet.
Right. Okay.
So at that moment during that scene, he didn't know. So to me, once he said I'm gonna snitch on you, that's big. That's the same thing that the daughter got killed for.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you don't snitch in this game. So you about to tell your father and my uncle.
Kanan was alive this whole time.
Boy, I respect you. I got some feelings. I care about you, but I can't tolerate that. And he got the gun to him too.
Nope.
I felt like that last look, because the whole look in the beginning was like, Tariq, what's wrong? And then at the end it was like, yeah, he's in D.C.
That's blah, a good blah. Point.
And the look was like, all right, whatever.
He changed up.
He changed up. Yep. And I feel like you said, one of his problems is going to get snuffed out. And one of them did. It happened. One of them did get snuffed out.
Yeah.
Ray's gone now.
Yep.
Tariq's still alive, but now, like you said, now he knows that Tommy knows. So I'm pretty sure the next season, as far as Dre's arc,
he's gone.
I feel like he's going to be gone, not right away though.
Not right away, but he's going to be gone.
I feel like it's going to be a little war going, because I feel like
how big that war's going to be, because you got Tommy's dad coming up in
exactly.
And it's like, well, what's Dre's backing?
He got the Mendez people. That's what I'm about to say. If he gets taken out. Not saying
they took out some of the Mendez though. Trying to find out who killed Raina. They took out the main Mendez, right? Or they just took out a few of them.
No, they took out
when they came into there, they were
that girl and the guy.
Oh, I got
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
they need Dre to flow their drugs. So if you take out Dre, that's the head. Like they got the other little soldier, but they don't want to deal with him. They want to deal with Dre. So I feel like if you threaten him, if Dre be like, look, I'm being threatened by blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
They going to fight for him because, especially if he's bringing them money.
Okay.
It's all about money for them. If you making them money, they don't give a damn about Tommy and Ghost. Take them fools out. Or Kanan. They don't know who the hell Kanan is.
They don't care. I mean, we saw it in the episode.
So I feel like
the parents.
And I feel like it's going to be a war. And it's going to be crazy for that. But yeah, we can definitely talk about Tariq. his whole arc from this season was crazy. After that, I think season 3 ended with him on the camera phone, right? When 50 Cent took the picture of him
of who?
Of Tariq. That's how season 3 ended.
Yes.
And yeah, because Ghost was getting locked up, and Tasha got the picture of Tariq slumped over.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's how. So we can talk about Tariq because that boy was on that lane. He lost his virginity.
Yeah. That's what
I'm saying for last.
Huh?
You want to save it for last?
What, Tariq? No, we just started talking about Tariq because
the interaction with
we
Dre.
were talking about between him and Dre and how we think Dre set him up at the end. We think Dre set him up at the end.
Yeah.
To either Dre dies or Ray Ray dies. Stephanie walked away for a bit. She came back. We just updated her on what we think about Dre setting Tariq up at the end.
So he was thinking that Tariq would.
One of the two was going to take the other one out.
The only reason why I say that is because I think it's sloppy.
It is.
Okay,
it is.
Let's think about this.
What are the choices
when we talked about with Ray Ray, there was one. I don't remember the episode, but there was one scene where the two guys who Tariq had did the scene with, and they actually killed the lady. So Ray Ray busts up in the house. He was like, "Oh, this has happened." He was like, "Wait a minute. You had Tariq with you?"
Yeah. Yep.
His father is fucking crazy. What were you thinking? And he capped them right then and there.
Right.
So even Ray Ray knows how crazy his father is.
Right.
Dre see his father on a daily basis, and he knows what Ghost would do.
Right.
He may be not terrified of Tommy, but I'm pretty sure he's terrified. We all know he's terrified of Kane.
Yeah.
He probably definitely terrified of Ghost. So for him to send Tariq to Ray Ray and knowing that possibly can be linked back to him, I think it's sloppy.
I get it, but I think in the moment,
I see that.
I would feel like just
in that. Because he asked, "How'd you get my address?"
I feel like in the moment, in that moment, once he said he was going to snitch on him, that was all bets were off.
He didn't care.
He didn't care because you got a gun to him. Which I mean, in real talk, Tariq could have shot him. He was on the lean.
No. Oh well, okay.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he would have did it. I don't think he would have ever shot Dre. But I'm just saying. Dre don't know. Exactly. Dre knew he was dealing with somebody that was not focused, and he's talking about snitching on you at that moment. No one knew what Dre was doing.
Right.
At that moment. Now Tommy knows a lot of shit, but he didn't know at that moment. Right. So if you're Dre, your whole spot's about to get blown up by a little 15-year-old kid. So he's just like at that moment he's like, fine, go to whatever Washington Heights and go find Ray Ray. And to him, if I'm him, I'm just trying to think, one of these guys is going to take the other one out. And I won't have to deal with that issue no more. It is sloppy, but at least one of them's gone. Either Ray Ray's gone, which is what happened. So now he got to worry about being blackballed by Ray Ray no more.
And you know what? All right. So I'll back up and piggyback on what you just said about that.
That's all I'm saying.
Tariq has kind of been covering for Dre.
A lot. And he even said it. He said it. He's like, I covered for you a lot. And it's the truth. Because his father, Ghost, asked him, how you get here? How you get there? How you find out this person? Even Tommy.
On the fact, like, all right, you've been covering for me. You won't tell your dad or nobody else that. Okay, all right.
I see but at that moment, Tariq was like, I will snitch on you. And to me, we just saw his sister get killed for sort of snitching, even though she didn't snitch. She was just telling. But it was the fact she didn't snitch. It was just, but the fact that she knew dude's name. It was all. That's why he killed him.
I mean, say my dad.
Yes, exactly. So she didn't snitch, but she knew who he was. But in this type of game, I mean, Teresa was talking about in this drug game, you snitch on somebody, you did.
Right.
So I don't care how old you are. So as much as Dre probably cashed for Tariq, you just told me you want to snitch on me.
That's it.
Which means all the stuff that he just got is going to go from a 15-year-old. He can't do that. That's his daughter comes before the 15-year-old.
We're getting Julio killed.
Yeah, you got Julio killed, and you got a 50. Like you said, you got a little girl. His daughter comes before Tariq. So if he's doing some of this for her, which back in mind he is. But it's
did you know that Julio was dead before that?
Who? Dre?
Did he know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he called the hit.
Yeah,
because the guy who did the hit.
No. Did he know that Tommy knew? I'm sorry.
Yes, but yes.
Before he killed the priest.
No, that was before he.
This is before he killed the priest.
He doesn't know that Tommy knows.
That's what I'm saying. This is the first time that someone's ready to snitch on everything, blow up his spot, and it's a 15-year-old boy.
Okay.
So that's why I think I was telling Teresa, if you watch it again, I know we've gone on this for a while, but if you watch the scene again, he's so concerned about Tariq and his well-being up to he snitches. So he uses the snitch word. If you look at his demeanor, his face changes, and he's no more concerned no more. He's like, really, like, what? And I think that's when mentally he's thinking, like, you want to snitch on me?
Yeah,
all my shit is about to be gone. Yeah.
Yep.
So, all right. And he just told him, like, and here's the other part. If you really cared about this boy, you would have told Ghost. Regardless of everything. You could easily call Ghost, be like, Tariq came in here, he's looking for some guy named Ray Ray. Or he's looking for Ray Ray. Ray Ray hit me up earlier. I didn't know Ray Ray had something to do with Tariq. I told him, and he had a gun to me. I had to tell him, but I'm telling you, you could have spun it some type of way where Ghost at that moment might have been like, how the fuck y'all? But at that time, Ghost wouldn't have been worried about that.
Because he even said that when they killed that one of the Jimenez. Like, we're not even thinking about Dre. I want to find out who killed Ray.
So if Dre really cared, he could have shot Ghost a call and be like, look, your son just came in with a gun. He's high as hell. He's looking for.
He even admitted that he was high.
He's looking for Ray Ray. Yep. I told him what Ray Ray was, but I'm about to go.
He's looking for Ray Ray because he told me that Ray Ray killed Ray Ray.
Yes. Yep. So I'm telling and if Ghost be like, well, why you didn't tell me? I didn't know Ray Ray was the one that killed him until Tariq said it. See? Yeah. He could have spun it.
Yeah.
So I believe he was saying, I'm not saying he wanted the boy to die, but if the boy died, oh well.
That's just how it is.
It's just how it's part of the game.
Part of the game. Yeah, I agree with that.
And right now, if you look at it from Dre's point of view, he got rid of somebody. Ray Ray's gone.
Yeah.
So he can't snitch him. Well, even though he still, Tommy them now know because Tariq, but he still got rid of that problem. It's a problem he got rid of.
He doesn't know.
It's one problem that's gone. Yeah, I don't say at that moment at the end of the show he knows Ray Ray's dead yet. But when he finds out, it's still a problem gone.
At the end of the season, at the end of the episode, he doesn't know that Ray Ray.
What, Dre doesn't know?
I don't think he knows yet.
No, Dre doesn't know yet.
But
no, it hasn't been released yet. The cops.
Yeah, the cops ain't released yet.
The cops are there.
It seems like this all happened in the same night.
Now, did y'all know this? See, I didn't think about this until I watched it the second time. That Tariq shot. It was 2 shots, and that they had the second bullet and the thing. But when Ghost, Tommy, or Tasha didn't recognize that.
But the second bullet?
There was 2 shots. Tommy and Ghost was there.
I heard one shot.
But no, it was 2
shots.
I heard.
And what I think happens is,
they kind of played it. They kind of edited it to make it seem like it was 1 shot. But when I watched it again,
you could tell it was 2 shots.
Because Tasha pulls up.
She sees the second shot.
Yeah, she pulls up and she sees Tommy's car and she sees Ghost's car.
And then you see the second shot.
She's looking at the building like, oh my God, like where they at? And all of a sudden you see a shot and she's like, oh.
And I think that was the second shot.
Right, exactly.
So she saw 1 shot, but Ghost and Tommy, Ghost was in the room. So
you think? So hold up. So you think Tariq made this first shot?
He missed,
and it didn't
get him? No, I think it missed. He might have, and he dropped.
Oh, and then somebody came in and
no. I think he shot, it missed, it hit the wall.
Right.
Dude, Ray probably fell down like, oh shit, and then he shot him one more time in the head.
I don't think Ghost came in the room.
No, you're right. But I think that's how Ray died. I think he shot the first shot he missed because.
So you're still saying it came from Tasha's gun?
Yeah, no, they both came from Tasha's gun.
Gotcha. No, but you know what? That's
why I was wondering what you were saying. Like Tasha's gun went into the wall.
I'm with you on that.
Because I don't think he pulled. Yeah.
I'm with you on that because of the way it's what we saw.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
The way it ended.
And you saw how his body was on the ground.
So I think he kind of was like standing up.
Yep, he reached for the gun.
And you gotta think about it. This is a bullet coming from behind you, from the back of your head. It's gonna jerk you. No matter what, it's gonna possibly jerk you. So when he went for the gun, Tariq possibly saw it, shot him in the head, it jerked him. And
so you think he shot him twice?
No, I think that second gun is from Ray Ray's gun.
Oh, you think he shot him in?
When he picked up the gun, he got shot and jerked.
Okay, that could be possibility.
And like a reaction. Because I feel like...
So you say they just setting us up meant to fit with the screen when she walked in there and said there was another bullet in there You saying they just setting us up to make us think
The
that
only
that's
reason why I'm
Tasha's
saying
bullet.
that is because at the end of the episode, Tasha went to
The new
she
boo.
went to Silver.
The new
and told
boo.
Silver, I killed him. So I think it's gonna come out to a dead end. Tracking that bullet is gonna come out to a dead end.
Mm-hmm.
But then the next story is kind of gonna pick up with Silver. Like, all right, you told me you killed him. I think it's gonna explore that storyline, not the storyline of somebody killed Ray Ray and it was either Tasha or Tariq. Let's go through that because technically, theoretically, they kind of did that with Ghost at the beginning of this season.
I feel you.
They're not gonna go through that again.
Yeah.
So I feel like that the second bullet. I personally feel like if it didn't come from Ray Ray, whatever his name is,
Right, yeah.
at some point, it could have came from somewhere else. I feel like it's gonna.
You
be
think it might already been there? It was two shots though. It was two shots.
I agree with you. I just feel like it's gonna come. It's gonna be a dead end.
Okay.
Them following that one lead with that bullet is
That's
gonna
all
come
they
to a dead end.
Okay.
Yes, I feel like it's gonna come to a
I
dead end.
don't
And
think.
then when it actually comes
can see
up
why.
as
I
a
can see
dead, and then when it actually comes up as a dead end, the storyline or the story plot is gonna thicken with Silver, and it kind of may feed on. Teresa and I had this conversation. I don't think you was with us when we talked about this recently. That Silver is actually there's something going on with Silver, something that hasn't been introduced yet.
He might have some backstory.
He might have a backstory, so I feel like it may kind of feed into that.
Okay.
That's just my thought.
I
I could be wrong.
No, I get-
want to be wrong.
Your
I
thought,
could be wrong.
Stephanie's thought is a good thought. I didn't think about it like that. I honestly thought that Tariq shot, like you said, Ray
Yeah.
got out the way, or he missed because it's a 15-year-old boy never shot a gun before.
Right.
So I was just thinking the first one he shot, he missed. Ray ducked down like, oh shit, like you really almost shot me, and then Tyrese shot him a second time, and that's why Ray everybody come in the room, the way his body was facing Tyreek, but remember he was back, but he was dead the other way with his head towards Tyreek, which makes me think he like, oh shit, turned around, and then he fell down.
I see what you're saying.
Because the bullet, if you looked at it, the bullet was here, and his head was like Tyreek's in front of him. And he's laying right in front of him.
Wondering.
So that's why I think he turned, he missed, he tucked.
So y'all are saying that Tyrese made the first shot went to the wall, but the second shot is not from Tommy or
No, I believe no. I just believe that both shots came from Tyrese.
Gotcha.
And I believe that's how they're going to figure. Well, I mean, they can get the ballistics from both bullets, but I think when Tommy and them came in there, they tried to clean up stuff to make it seem like it was something else. So I don't remember. Did they find the first bullet? Did that bullet come? Did they take that bullet out?
No, because when Tommy and Ghost walked,
they rolled up the body.
They no. They started picking up one of
casing shells.
They
Exactly.
did.
So that's why I think it was Tyreek's gun because they tried to clean it up. They took the body out, which means they would have got
They did not take the bullets out of the ball.
Well, they didn't see it. That's what we're talking about. That's the whole point.
Remember when they were standing there before they made any movement, they heard sirens coming.
Yes.
Oh, they're like,
So they wrapped his body up. So let's say the original bullet, the second bullet is in his head still. They got the casing, like she said, but the first ones they didn't realize where that bullet went. And now that's why they're gonna track. That's how they're gonna track it. Like you said, I think Tasha's already setting herself up just in case.
Right. No, I agree with that. But let's think about this though. When they walked in the room, and I think it was Tommy, he was picking up casing shells. Did he pick up one casing shell, or did he pick up two casing?
Even if he picked up two, he didn't get that bullet.
No. But I hear what you're saying. But let's back up. As a viewer, we heard two gunshots.
Yes.
If Tommy picked up two casing shells, technically, theoretically,
It should be two.
that can answer for the two gunshots, and then the bullet can be something else different. You get what I'm saying?
Unless they could trace that bullet back to that gun.
Hold up, time out.
Now, one of them. So technically, you got three casing shells. One in the wall and two that Tommy picked up. But then, as a viewer, what we're watching and what we're hearing, we saw two two shots going off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there's a third casing shell somewhere that nobody, as a viewer, nobody knows about. So that's why I feel like
you feel like it's not going to go.
Wall,
it's not going to link back to Tasha.
Yeah, I just feel like it's
I
going to
feel
be
like
dead
it will. I get it. I get why they shouldn't do it because you just did that story.
For a fair shot, let's make a bet.
All right, we got this. We're gonna make a bet.
Let's make a bet.
I'm going to bet that this storyline is going to have Tasha again. Somehow not going to jail.
We gotta write this down. Let me write this down.
Okay.
Teresa?
It's not going to have her going to jail, but it's going to have her dealing in the court again with her boo, who's going to have to represent her, and somehow he's going to get her off, but it's going to mess him up with the whole thing with her, and of course homeboy's going to find out Ghost, and it's going to be a big deal with that. I feel like that's going to happen.
Alright. No, I don't feel like it's gonna happen that way. I just feel like Tasha's preparing herself. She's setting herself up. I feel like Silver is actually gonna find out, and he's gonna be blended into the storyline with all of them crooked
people. They're all crooked people. Everybody's crooked.
Yellowtail.
Stephanie had gone through almost a whole bottle of Yellowtail.
Yeah, that's
fine though.
But she done had 2 shots and whatever else she was
I've
drinking.
had pretty much 3.
And she been.
She
got and her meat is very salted from the scare of it.
Salted meat.
No, but I just feel like it's gonna be a dead end. I feel like it's not gonna tie them to him. I feel like we've been down this road again. And honestly, I feel like I'm thinking of a showrunner. I'm thinking of a writer. I feel like we have been down this road, and I feel like that the audience is tied more to Ghost than they are to Tasha. So to carry Tasha through this, I feel like your storyline will fall.
So you think she would actually? All right, let's say mine's happened. You don't think they would actually put her in jail? You think they wouldn't even go that far?
Well, they got to put her in jail. They got to.
So you just saying you don't see her doing
it. Them finding a shell to her gun is enough evidence to get a warrant to put her in jail.
But what if they prove that Ray killed her, her daughter, and it was out? Like she said, she's pleading, rage and.
All right, okay, Tony. Let's think about it.
I'm not saying she would
if
get.
Somebody kill your child. If somebody kill your child, then you come and kill that person, then they find evidence linking to you to killing that person.
You go to jail.
You really think it'll be like, oh no, well it's okay that Tony killed him because he killed Tony's child.
So what if she now in jail?
That's my point. I just feel like we've been on this sort. We've seen this.
No, she's in jail.
Ghost was in jail.
No, she ain't getting out for a minute. Like the whole season, she in jail. Like she ain't it ain't no.
So pretty much Silver lost the case. He's supposed to be the best person ever, and that's his boo. He actually loves.
That's what I'm saying.
Do you really think that Silver is gonna allow whatever to happen?
But that would be the dramatic. That would be the dramatic part. That would be the dramatic part.
I feel last week. If they do that, I'm not watching the show again.
And then Ghost gets back with Valdez, and we're back in it.
Oh no!
Yeah! How did all that happen?
Play the music. Big Rich Town. Yeah. Back with Valdez.
No. And if Ghost goes back to Valdez, I'm definitely quitting the show. Like if this storyline,
you already know what's going to happen.
In your reality, in your fantasy,
you already know it's going back to Valdez.
If all this happens, I'm done.
Regardless of what Tasha saying, he's going back to Valdez. You saw it then when she walking up the steps.
He calling it.
The way he looked at her going up the steps.
I don't agree.
The way he looked at her going up the steps.
No, well, wait a minute. I will.
You didn't see that look?
No, but time out. I will agree with you on that.
I'm not saying it's going to be happy couple again, but it's going to be a smashing session with Valdez and him again.
I can see that.
No, I will agree with you on that because when after Raina got killed and he was coming out to meet Tom,
he gave her a kiss on the cheek.
He walked out. He was like, "No, I don't need anything from you," and he kissed her on the cheek. Because of that right there, I can see that. But we're going back to the facts with this bullet and Tasha going to jail, I'm not for it. I don't agree with it.
I don't say
It's
Tasha's
a
going to go to jail either. I don't say that.
No.
I just say they will go down
because
that
I feel
road.
Like, I feel like this with Stars. If I am owning Stars and you are messing with my money, so you coming with me with the same
Now
damn storyline.
People Stephanie
I'm
is now.
like, yo, what the fuck? We just did this.
All right.
entire
But
season.
why would
You
you?
need to give me something
Why
more
would
creative.
why would they have that
hilarious.
scene with her and Silver at the end and the lawyer and her giving him the money
I
for
think
a
it's
lawyer?
foreshadowing. I think it's foreshadowing.
So
I think it's foreshadowing.
who's gonna pay for Ray Ray's death? You don't think Valdez and them are gonna go after whoever? Could someone?
They gonna
Well,
run
no,
the
because
My
we're
point-
gonna talk about who's gonna pay for Ray Ray's death. You gotta think about this too, and I think you're forgetting. Angela, being Angela who she
You
is,
say she's gonna cover it up?
I don't think she will cover it up, but she follows the trail. No matter where that trail goes, we saw this season how she did it with Ghost, and then as soon as she saw that trail stop with Ghost and went a different angle, and Ghost was actually free, what did she do? She stood up in front of a court and said, "You know what? I take ownership for this.
Mm-hmm.
I brought this to this person, and he ignored it, and the case got dropped."
So who would pay for Ray Ray's death? For you to answer that.
I think there's gonna be just the same way who
I think it's gonna come out that Ray Ray was a crooked cop.
No, it will.
It's gonna come
No.
out
It
that
will.
Ray Ray was a
And
crooked
with
cop, and
Angela-
somebody else did it or something.
But
like that.
how?
So that's why I
But
think
they
that
have-
person's not gonna tap
But
into
they have
Tasha.
Tasha's gun that is registered. So
I
no,
understand that.
time out. They
But-
don't have Tasha's gun.
and her gun is
They have a
registered.
bullet that we are sitting here at the end of the season,
So-
and we
It's
wait
a-
until
it's
the
a They
next
can't-
season
because
to
when Stephanie
figure
tried
out
to
what
say-
happened.
It's two
All right.
casings on the floor.
Okay.
It's a
So
random
why
bullet
did
on the
then
floor.
why again? I come back to why did Tasha go to Boo?
Because she doesn't know. She doesn't know that that random bullet isn't hers.
But she knows that her son shot somebody with the gun.
So
That's
she's
true.
taking precautions.
It's-
See, that's
so
what she
why
does.
would you take precautions if you
But
ain't
she
worried?
doesn't know.
But
Anything
No.
can happen.
Well,
but
wait,
that's my
Tony.
point.
Tony,
Okay.
I get what you're saying, but you're
Okay.
speaking on the fact that Tasha and Ghost and Tommy knows about this third bullet.
They don't.
No,
What
not
did we-
about the third. No, I'm not saying she knows. Like you said, she took a
No.
precaution.
But that's
Because
that's
her
it.
son
If your
used
child,
her
if your
gun.
child come up and does something criminal, and you know that you're gonna
Yes,
cover
you're
for
gonna-
your child.
you're gonna cover.
You're gonna, you know what? I'm gonna go and take every precaution that I know of. I'm gonna go to somebody I trust. Silver, I trust you.
Mhm.
This is what actually what happened. I did this to cover that up. And think about the questions that she had. What if a person that does something that kills somebody, and you know who does it? You went to talk to that person,
Mhm.
and something happened, and you end up killing that person. As a lawyer, you're gonna be like, "Yo, you ended up killing this person. You ended up prepared."
Mhm.
That don't make no sense to me. Why were you set foot into that situation in the beginning?
Mhm.
And you know that I am here. You know enough to come to me to ask for me for counsel after the situation.
That's why I believe that this next season is going to dwell on that. They wouldn't do all that at the end for them just to get rid of it after
No,
the first.
it's the end of the season. You got to drop a cliffhanger.
I'm not saying,
Right.
So if they did not do this, what
but that's
would be
what I'm
your
saying.
cliffhanger?
But
You
you're
don't have
right.
enough strong
You're
enough
right. But
cliffhanger.
every cliffhanger that this show has done, they follow through with it after the cliffhanger
do.
with
But even they-
Ghost going to jail.
But they stopped at the very
follow
first.
through.
But they stopped at the very first
They
episode.
they
Like, that
follow
was a
through.
joke.
No, they didn't do that.
Yes, they did. They said this was a joke.
Teresa, Ghost was in jail for like 2 or 3 episodes.
That's
Oh
what
no,
I'm
not
saying.
that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the
But that's my
picture.
point. The
The
cliffhanger.
picture. The cliffhanger was a picture.
But no, it
of the
was a
random
joke.
note.
But it was still.
But they made it a joke in the first
But
episode.
they-
So wait a minute.
Psych. Like,
It wasn't. It was a joke.
remember the
It-
ransom note was like psych.
It was a joke, but Tariq still was underneath Kanan's
Yes,
influence
that's
for
true,
almost
that's true,
5,
that's true.
6 episodes.
Okay,
No. I told
So my point is,
I agree,
it
I
might be a.
I agree.
They're gonna get. I'm Tommy. I'm Tony. I feel like
So
they're
let me ask
going
you
to
this
run
question.
with this a little bit.
So
I'm
let me
not
ask
saying
you
the
this
whole
question.
season, but at least 2-3 episodes. It's not going to end. I'll make a bet it will not end in the first season with Tasha in
No,
this
we're
situation.
sticking with the bet of this going to actually be the storyline or
Yes, I believe it will be a main part.
for
Yes.
the next season.
The cover
I don't
up, the
agree
cover
with that.
up of
I
this gun.
think the next. No, I don't think it will be. Because I hear what you're saying. It does make sense. That's what they did at the end of season 3, going into season 4, and that was the storyline. Mm-hmm. What was the end of season 1, and what was the end of season 2?
The end of season 1 was Kanan dying.
Okay.
What? That was season 1?
That
With
was
him being
season one.
burned?
That was
Kanan being burned was season 1.
With the burn?
The end of season 2.
No, not with the burn.
No, the end of season 2.
Not with the burn. With him being burned?
Or was it season 2?
That was
it was season 1.
I thought him being burned was season 2 because all of season 3. I'm sorry. Okay.
It might have been season.
All of season 3 was him being burned. Oh, what happened?
We got a little G-Unit music going on real quick, people. Yeah, we muted.
Can I get up?
That's fine.
No,
You let us know.
All
Alright, so we back in. Alright, we need to talk about y'all boy, Lorenzo Tate.
Women, I'm sorry. I know we trying to move on, but we need to talk about our bet.
Alright.
You bet that it's going to follow Tasha. I bet that it's not going to follow.
Alright, the bet
I
will
bet
be.
it's not going to follow Tasha either.
Oh, that's 2 against 1.
Alright, the bet will be if I win, I'll buy you a bottle. You owe me a bottle of Ciroc, I'll buy you a bottle of wine.
No.
3 bottles of wine.
A bottle of wine.
So right, $40.
You done got the whole bottle of Yellowtail.
No, 4 bottles.
I'll get you 4 bottles.
$8.99.
Quick. Plus I put it on a bottle.
I'll get you a nice bottle
That was like $5.
of sparkling Yellowtail.
I do drink Ciroc.
That's like $40.
All right, so a nice bottle of Ciroc, not a little bottle, a nice
So
bottle.
$40. That's
Yeah.
like 10 bottles.
I'll give both of y'all a
$10
bottle. I'll give both of y'all a nice bottle of Ciroc. If I win, y'all both got to buy me a Ciroc each.
Alright, I'll take that because honestly, I honestly will say next time we out, you owe me 3 shots.
Nah, I'm on bottles. We big dogs up in here, bottles.
I mean, you can be
And then
bottles.
we can share. And then we can share.
No, I'm not sharing.
I'm
not sharing.
See how my co-people are.
No, because of the fact that you gotta buy us a bottle each. We're not sharing.
All right,
And
now
we gotta buy you 1 bottle.
back to y'all boy Lorenzo Tate, Mr. Menace to Society. Lorenzo Tate out here scheming on ghosts.
How do I have 27 Facebook notifications? I'm sorry.
I like I kind of didn't like the character at first, only because I knew he was shady somehow.
Mm-hmm.
But I just feel like Ghost should have known. He should have saw something that's coming. To me, Tariq, he just came out of nowhere.
No, I agree with you on that. I didn't see that coming.
I didn't see it either, but I just felt like Lorenzo Tate came out of nowhere. You don't know who's the powerful black person in your state.
He came through in the church like.
To me, Ghost is a powerful black man. Regardless of him being in the drug game, he still knows stuff. He's smart. He reads newspapers. I'm pretty sure you don't know who Lorenzo Tate is.
No, you may know who Lorenzo Tate is,
but you don't know he's in this type of game.
Yes, exactly. So
I would have known.
Can we back up a little bit?
Yeah.
What game is Lorenzo Tate in? Because I ain't even gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie. No offense to you, Tony, and no offense to the males. I thought he was on some down low, in the closet type shit. I ain't even lie. Because he was like, yo, you need to take care of him. Like, in my mind, I was like, what are you taking care of him?
Tate is about opportunities. I think he wants to move up in the political game, and if he can use Ghost coattails as far as a up and coming black star or good black guy in the community, he's going to use that.
Right.
So and the fact that he's going to take advantage of this man's child's death to hold a big old funeral with the big primetime pastor, of course, Jamal Bryant. Big old pastor. So big old pastor. And you're going to do that, and you're going to promote it, and then he's going to tell, I'm going to sit next to you because you my brother, and I'm going to stand up there and do some words too. Right. That's what he told the man at your daughter's funeral. Yeah. We're going to take advantage of your duty. That's what he told this man. Yep. And then he told him, we're going to do it. And he didn't sugarcoat it. He was like, what you mean? He was like,
this is a good opportunity.
Ghost was like, what you trying to say? I'm not trying to say nothing. I'm telling you what we going to do.
My name is Old Dog.
Exactly. So I'm like, so that to me, Lorenzo Tate is on some political stuff that Ghost ain't ready for. Right. Which I felt like, I'm not saying he should have been ready. I just felt like he should have thought about that. He should have did some research on this dude.
But even still, I mean, I don't know if he could have saw that coming.
But now it's like, Either you go to the white guy, because the white guy told you not to do it, even though the white guy's shady too.
No, okay, so I think the white guy told him not to do it because...
Well, yeah, he had his reasons. I'm not saying he didn't.
Yeah, it had... I feel like it has nothing
They
to
both
do
using the hell out of Ghost,
who
basically.
Lorenzo Tate was, though. But I feel like Ghost being who he is, he's supposed to be the head guy of the underworld.
Right.
You should have known... You should know...
That's all I'm saying.
That Lorenzo Tate...
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you would have known he was going to come at you at how he did, but you should have did some research on this dude. That drug dealer dude that he went to talk to in that one scene, and then he comes at you later on, like, put him on. That's when you should be like, what?
So wait a minute, how do we know that was a drug scene? Like, what?
No, the dude was on the corner.
Yeah.
He went to talk to him, and then next thing you know, he was like, I need you to get him a job at Truth. And Ghost is like, what you mean get him a job at Truth?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Because he wants him to have a legit job while he does his shit on the side.
Yeah.
So that's when if I'm Ghost should be like, oh hold up. What? That's when Ghost should did some research like Tommy. Look into this guy, look into the drug dealer guy, and I'm going to look into Lorenzo Tate back history because obviously this ain't the first time Tate's done this. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
Tate didn't just look at Ghost and say I'm going to start doing this. He'd been doing it before, and he might have done it with some other drug guys before and tried to bring them up, and it didn't work out.
What I'm thinking.
But Ghost might be the biggest one that he's ever got.
His name is out there.
there.
Everything with him being the man of the year.
Exactly.
Now.
So I feel like you said, the Ghost just should have been smarter just to do some hits, do some research. You did research on Coletti in jail. You can't do it.
That's true.
He did research on him.
Yeah, because he got what's it, Proctor.
Yeah, so you could have got Proctor, little Proctor. Give me some back history on this dude real quick. Use the hell out of Proctor. Proctor, you don't got no job no more, buddy.
He didn't do that. No, because that's not his client, maybe.
Well, Proctor still probably would have. I would have paid Proctor a couple $2 to do some. Proctor would have did it. He don't got no job.
Yeah.
Proctor broke. He got a daughter to take care of, and a drug addict.
And a drug addict, baby mama.
Baby mama.
Yeah.
That he getting free drugs from Tommy. So it's little stuff like that. But we can move on to I guess we'll close it out with something from the very first episode. I'm trying to find this girl's name real quick for you guys.
But when she heard him say, was it I understand comprende? Was it comprende?
It was okay.
She remembered his voice, right?
Yeah, she heard it.
Blindfolded.
She saw his voice she heard his voice on TV.
Yeah.
She saw him on TV, but she remembered the voice.
I feel that's what's the word? I'm not even lying. I've been drinking. I'm done with a full bottle and 2 shots.
Yeah, we're going to wrap this up because Teresa Stephanie is
evidence.
Stephanie is on another.
I don't think that will hold in court.
It won't hold up because it's her remembering to blindfold it.
But the fact it's another kick in his gut if they can get him back in court somehow. So
you know what?
They may drop her as far as like her credibility.
You know what? I agree with Tony on that because when what's the name? Valdez was talking to the head lady. I haven't learned her name yet, but he was telling her that Tommy we put a tracer on Tommy's car.
And the girl didn't want to use it. She didn't want to do it.
He was like, no, I don't need to do it. Talk to Valdez. He was like, Valdez ain't been here for hours, and she made it look like, where the hell is this bitch at? But then she said, he said, just hear her out. And then they opened the door. She went. They went in the room and they showed her. And the very last scene of the season finale, the very last scene was when Tommy cut on the car and was like, y'all want to go to, y'all like Italian food? When he drove off, they showed the back of the car and you saw that the red light was blinking on the tracer.
So they turned it on.
Wow. But I don't feel like that's...
But they just showing him going to...
But time out. But that's enough to trace him and track him where he's going. Yeah. That's not enough to bring him in, to hold him, court.
It's just, like she said, it's just another way to get at Ghost. And that white boy wants Ghost bad. And he wants Valdez too. Because he knows Valdez cut that mic off. And he knows that. Remember, he was listening to it.
I mean, him and the Asian dude were listening to it.
But I saw the Asian dude ran in to stop it.
I don't know.
He definitely caught wind of something. Something didn't feel right to him because her mic cut off.
He doesn't trust her.
He definitely trusts her. And that's why he keeps coming in the rooms doing stuff to trying to mess her up.
I heard those daughter was killed.
Oh, I was late.
Continue with your meeting.
Yeah. Oh, my bad.
It's a tracing to watch where the car's going. It's not like a voice thing, right?
Yeah, it's just tracing where the car's going. That's correct. Yeah.
But I think they wouldn't bring her back to kill her off in the first episode of season 5. That's how I feel. I feel like it's going to be.
I feel like that's going to be a new storyline with Ghost.
Okay.
And I feel like, for me personally, it's getting a little redundant to keep doing the same thing. Get him in jail. We almost have him.
Well,
and that was just like. Granted, he doesn't have an in-person truly on the inside as Milan did. Okay. Milan got away because he had. I forgot the guy's name. But he had him on the inside. That was what he was able to get away. But I feel like if this show keeps doing that, it's gonna get a little boring to me.
I can see that.
They doing the same stuff,
yeah.
I think they're gonna bring it. This might be the last season for some reason. I think that this might be because this is gonna be season 5 coming up. They might want to wrap some stuff up and go out on a high note.
Not necessarily high note, just go on.
I mean, real talk. I see the I can see the
story.
I see the show maybe lasting 2 more seasons.
2 more seasons.
I mean, shows like this, how much more can you do? It's only so much more.
I know. I feel like with Walking Dead, like they can sum up Walking Dead. Like
yeah, but this show, I mean, you're a drug kingpin. You get out the game, you get back in the game. How much more can you keep doing?
Right.
You ain't catch a bullet yet, so I just feel like give me 2. You lost your child. I feel like eventually, if he really wanted out, he would move his family out. Like it ain't like he got ties, and he don't got ties to Mendez and nothing like that. If he really wanted out, Tasha, we out. We going to another country or whatever and gone, and that's it.
No, I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. You have the new contenders. Lobos is it Lobos?
Lobos is the one he had that he was worried about. The Mendez don't look for ghosts. They're not worried about ghosts.
They're not.
So he can move and get away from all. He don't even have to move out the state. He can
have any ties.
I mean, he can move out. He don't have to move out the country. He can just move out the state.
Yep.
You can move to Atlanta, move to LA, move whatever, change your name.
That's the thing. But he tried to get a club in a different place.
Get a club somewhere else.
Yep.
No, I feel like the club.
The club is what he wants.
Club is what you want, but
and he wants Valdez.
But you know what? You gotta look at it this way. I done had the club. I have more than one club. We only see the Truth, but he has more than one club. You have been successful. If you truly want to get out and it's not working with you going that route, at some point you gotta look at it and be like, all right, this is not working for me. If I want to get out, I need to figure out another way.
Right.
And I feel like
he needs to move.
I feel like you got after the death of your daughter. If you really wanted to get out, you would get out now.
He needs to move.
This is the time.
Next season, they need to show him moving.
This is the time to move. Your son already wanted to leave because he was scared of whatever.
It's too much heat in New York. They need to get out of New York.
It's time. People might. It's time to leave.
After they kill Dre, he needs to go to Atlanta.
I wouldn't even worry about Dre.
Lobos, not Lobos.
I wouldn't even.
What's their name?
I don't know about killing them.
I wouldn't even worry about it. If I was you, I wouldn't even worry about Dre. I'd be out because Dre didn't do nothing. Well, Dre might have said he might look at you. Dre took the sun out.
Kill Dre.
No, but if
they're going to kill Dre.
No, I'm not saying they're not. I'm looking at it from a different point of view. Like, why would you stay to kill Dre if you really wanted to get out?
But Tommy.
Fuck Tommy. You're with the family, your kids.
No, but Dre knew all this time. If Hank was alive, Dre knew
so you staying for Tommy then? Okay, that's what I'm saying. Okay,
he knew about the guy who killed Raina.
But that's what I'm saying. So you're staying to help Tommy get rid of Dre.
No, because also he knew about the guy who killed Raina. He knew about Ray all this time.
Okay.
So I think they're gonna stay here.
I'm gonna have to go, and then I got it.
No, we wrapping up now. We wrapping up.
I'm sorry, but you know what? I agree with you. It's only gonna last for.
I'll see 2 more seasons.
No, we may be branded to come back, but 50 Cent is being his gangster self. It may have worked with Ja Rule, but you working with a corporation, Stars. He's fucking with Stars. He lashed out a couple of weeks ago on Instagram and told people to cancel their Star subscription because him and Stars were. I think they were negotiating.
Oh.
and it wasn't looking so well with him. So he got hot-headed and like, I'm 50 Cent. I'm the reason why your stars and people are coming to your show.
It's not real.
You're gonna, I'm paraphrasing. You're gonna give me my money.
They gave it to him.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, this week they actually paid him.
Is that why they were all out at dinner that night?
Yeah, he's good. He's good. He said he's good with him now. Like, everybody's happy now.
But he told everybody to cancel their membership. You know how everybody was canceling HBO for Games of Thrones? It's totally different. Power and Games of Thrones is nothing. There's no comparison.
No,
I was about to cancel. I mean, I still have stars on my Amazon, but I was about to cancel it because I don't need it.
All right, so
No. You, no offense, you're one person. Think of all the people. I have canceled HBO because of Games of Thrones. I'm not canceling stars because of Power.
Oh.
So how do we?
I'm so glad.
How do we generally feel about the season? Was it a good season? Entertaining?
I thought it was a.
It was.
I thought it was a decent season. It was a Charlie Murphy.
I liked it. I was entertained by it.
Mhm.
I was glad to see the season.
I thought it was an interesting season. I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it. I will say this. It kept me intrigued. It kept me watching.
Yep.
I didn't get close to the end of the season finale and be like, all right, I just stopped. Like other shows, like Walking Dead. I'm like so far behind on Walking Dead. That's probably for other reasons though, but this is the first season that I kind of like watched and kept up with. Every other episode, I was like, all right, I watched like 3 or 4 episodes and I wait, 3 or 4 episodes and I wait, and then I wait. Because when I started watching this season, I was still in season 3. I was in the middle of season 3. I know I told you I was on like the last episode.
Yeah.
I was like 4 episodes behind. I didn't realize until I started watching it.
Okay.
So,
Well, I enjoyed it too, so I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to the next season, which
Me
will
too.
be next summer probably.
Mhm.
But next time we come back, we will be doing Defenders.
Yep.
We might not do Defenders the whole time, but we might have a special guest with Defenders too. But we probably won't do the whole season, or maybe the whole episode of our podcast on just Defenders. But we'll talk. But we definitely will.
what else will we do then?
We'll figure it out before we get back to the people. But,
Yeah.
I mean, I know. Just let me know.
So.
All right. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks,
Stay
guys.
ripped. Zip and cash.
Doo-doo-doo.